Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to go through Module 1, give you a brief overview of the start of CTP 115. So when you get started again, you want to read this Introduction to Computers and Programming. What are we looking at this? And this is what we're going over. We're really doing a history and how to write and start pseudocode Coral, which is what we're doing here. Okay, all right, and then there's a PowerPoint that you might want to breeze through. It's very quick. I don't want to do that and waste your time here. So go through those. That's Module 1 start, and then you're going to start your assignment by interactively reading and doing the work in Coral, in zybooks, our third-party vendor. So here we go. We're going to start there with the reading. Remember that the reading or the participation activities, they're also orange in zybooks. So we start with the programming basics, what a program is, input, process, output. Make sure you go through there and then just start reading and doing the exercises. You're going to see check marks as soon as your participation activity is complete. And then you go to the bottom, go to the next page, right? So we want to understand what a program is, that it's a set of instructions to execute a specific task. We want to know what a flow chart is. We always design flow charts before we actually create a program. It's a graphical look at your program or your system. Sometimes we have a flow chart for an entire system. What a statement is, what a variable is, those are all things that we're going to look at in Module 1. What I also want to point you to is, especially too when you take your quiz at the end of each module, up here we can click on our book. This View Content Explorer is very important because when you take your quiz, or if you need to review concepts, click on that. That shows you every keyword in Zybook, in the textbook. So it starts with, what do we learn in 1.1? We learn what a program is, what input, process, output is, what variables are, what an algorithm is. So again, how do you get there? Click on your Zybook book and View Content Explorer. Okay, you can do that with anything. So, Module 1. It's really a good history of programming. It's a good overview of what a program is, some basic terms. And again, if I load this down, which is in Module 1, bring that up. Just want to see what's in here, what we're going to talk about. Yeah, this is just a quick introduction to programming, various key terms, what a variable is, and specifically what a data type is. So a variable is a named memory location. When you're a programmer, you have to put data somewhere. So we put that into something called a variable, and that's just a memory location that's back behind the computer inside RAM, random access memory, short-term memory. So, and then when we design systems, we have to have data types. Data types include integers, strings, characters. There's a whole bunch of them actually in Java. But the main ones you're going to start with in zybooks and Coral is numbers. So a number is either a real number. That's a real number can have a decimal point, right? We call it a double or a float in Java. In Coral, we call it a float. And then we also have whole numbers, and those are integers in Coral. So these are the two data types that you really want to worry about, a whole number and a number that can have a decimal point. We'll learn about the other ones later. What an algorithm. Algorithm is the whole point of learning programming. It's not really just to learn Java and where do you put the semicolon, or should this be a capital letter or not? What we really want to teach you is the order of instructions, and that's what an algorithm is. We have to have them in the right instructions to get the right input and the right output. Okay, so just go through that. We talk about the history. Look at this as a giant computer in the old days. If you didn't have CTP 103 or 100, it's nice to look at, what the history of a computer is and how big it started out and how small it is now and how much faster it is now. So it's really interesting. What Moore's law is, that's been a big concept. This is kind of old. It goes back a couple years, but notice that Java is still up there. It's one of the world's largest languages, and it's a great language to put on your resume. Okay? So just buzz through this, look at that, go through Module 1, and let me know if you have any questions about it. Or if you, remember, if you struggle with any specific task in zybooks and you're taking more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes max to do a coding problem, stop. Send me an email, say, Professor Chaucer, I'm having problems with 10.1.2. It's a challenge problem. Be very specific of the problem. And I will send you a video back of how to do it, or I'll send you lots of help. So good luck. This is Module 1.